Alright, what you see here is a Hunter Infinity ceiling fan in black finish. It's in 52 inches, and I got this from Brandon C. Johnson. This this past Wednesday is going to be a week ago in 2 days. So yeah, I didn't record anything yesterday because I went to my family's for Easter, and also it was very hot. It was like 86 degrees and very humid in my bedroom, so and I just did not have the energy to really test anything when it was so hot out. So yeah. But no, it's still a bit hot out today. It's like 70 something out, but yeah. I just figured I just didn't feel like recording anything, especially usually with being so hot out. So yeah, yes, I don't even have the AC in. So basically, it was just to give you guys an idea. I had to have the low profile on high, the Lakewood table fan on high, and the Galaxy on high. So I had to use 3 fans yesterday just because I didn't put in the AC. And even though they all moved air, it was just very hot, and so yeah. It was like basically weather that I'd prefer to use AC and such, but yeah, I survived, so that's all that matters. But yeah, I'm showing this fan of the black blades, the glass blades. I was able to clean them up pretty well. They have some marks on them here and there, but there's like some that have like little things in it. One of them, the one that had a tape on it, the outline's still there, a tiny bit, but not too much. That way, like right here, there's like some like mess up areas that are messed up on the gloss and such. That's not a scratch. It's like a, but yeah, the rosal side is not like that at all, so that's good because that's the side I prefer on it. But it does look very nice with the gloss black blades as well. So yeah. Brandon got this fan along with 2 other Infinitis for free. He got this black one, a white and brass one, and one that was all white. Now he sold me this one, and this is the second fan out of 5 that I'm showing to you guys that I got from him recently. First one was the original. This is the second one, and after this I will probably just reveal the next one, but I'm not going to test it because it's just a bit hot, and I'm not really in the mood to test too many fans today with this weather. So yeah. But yeah, here it is. It really does look nice with the gloss black blades. I actually like it more than I thought I would with the fan being just completely black, but the rosewood looks really sharp on it. I feel like it just looks more unique on it. Gives it a very nice contrast. I mean, if the room was like had a ton of black stuff to it, yeah, I feel like the black blades would look better. But a lot of times when you have like a room, there's always like wood furniture in it. It's not just completely black. It's mostly like actually has like a wood coloration to it. So unless like all the wood furniture is just completely black, then I'd say just do the black blades. But in this case, with the blades being a little bit messed up compared to the rosewood side, I probably wouldn't. I cleaned them to my best ability. There's still some like marks on it. Like, they're just not that shiny looking. Well, they are, but compared to the other sides, not so much. The one thing is that's better about this side is there's not really scratches on it like there is on the rosewood side, but the other side's clearer, is more clear looking. This one, I mean, it's not too bad on this side, but yeah. So here's the Hunter logo, and the fan is from the second quarter of 1993, and by making it the oldest Hunter Infinity I have in my collection. So yeah, and this one, from what I could tell, testing it 2 days ago with the Rosal Blades, is actually my quietest one I have, as well. From so far, I could have another quieter. I could get another one that's quieter than this one, so you never know. But yeah, this one, the white one I had in this bedroom before I replaced with the low profile, had some very noise. And the living one has a bit of a hum to it. So yeah. So let me go ahead and start the fan off on no. Here's low speed. I can definitely see this being in like a movie theater, from like a late 90s movie theater. Or just like a movie theater that looks a bit dated, that has like a 90s look to it. or even a bowling alley. Honestly, it really has a nice, sleek look to it. One that I really like on it a lot. So yeah, it's actually I'm pretty sure this is actually the first time I'm testing a completely black ceiling fan. Like, and that's in my collection. I'm pretty sure I've tested other fans out in public. I tested Brandon's Venus, which he took down recently. It's a good thing I tested it while I was there, since I know that fan's a bit of a pain to install. So I figured I tested it while it was still installed. So yeah, I can always go back there and test it again on forward, but I figured I'd do a video of it while it's installed instead of just doing a video of it in the on the like testing area. So yeah, this fan I think would have looked pretty good in his bedroom, but I know he prefers Casablanca. Since his bedroom's has a high enough ceiling, it makes sense. But from what I know, almost all of his fans in his house don't have pull chains on them. So, well, except the ones in the attic, but. So I know he's like one of the Brandon prefers remote controls. I do, depending on the room, but I've always preferred pull chains. That's just how I am. But for a bedroom, I do prefer remote. But yeah, it does a good job on low speed. Moves some decent air on low. Stinks because it's still hot out today, but the rest of the week is supposed to be going back down to like the 60s and 50s. So it's supposed to get cooler again, so that's why I didn't even bother putting in the AC. Or I could just have it in the window I could just put it in early, but I feel it's no point unless like I know it's gonna be hot for like a straight week, then I'll put it in early. But yeah. But yeah, it definitely has a nice sleek look of the 90s to it. A modern look, but at the same time you can definitely tell it's not that new looking. Well, I don't know, there are some fans that still have like looks that are not completely modern. So yeah, let me go ahead and move up to medium. I balanced the blades pretty well. Oh, I forgot that and actually turns out the grommets aren't messed up on it. It's actually one of the blades might be just a tiny bit out of clock. So yeah. And there's really not too many videos of black Infinitis on eBay. Not on eBay, I'm on YouTube. Sometimes you just see them out in public, but there's not so many collectors that have them. So, well, there are some that have them, but they don't have videos of them. They're like ones that don't really use YouTube and such. I know Mark Castro has one, and Richard Moss has one. Oh, Mark Castro got the one that Brandon sent to him, the new box one, and Richard also had a new box one that it's newer than this one. It has a newer canopy from the 90s, so yeah. So unfortunately, those haven't been shown on YouTube yet. Who knows if they ever will be, but you never know. Okay, I'll go ahead and show it on high. Mostly because I just can't bear the heat right now. Even though it's the 70s, it's very humid today. Okay, and I put the wrapped around the corner underneath the canopy quite a bit, so it shouldn't move around. And it does move a great amount of air on high speed. Definitely moves more in the low profile. That's the only downside about putting up the low profile in my bedroom compared to the Infiniti. To having the white one is the low profile does move a bit less air. It moves good air, but the Infiniti definitely moves more air. It goes faster as well. But the Infiniti that was in here, it was just had the bearing noise of this. I just prefer something that was quieter at nighttime. But then I get distracted by the noise that it was making. Also, it did hum quite a bit actually too. That was the other thing. This one actually hummed a bit too. The white one I was in here. Yeah, I don't mind it if it's like in the front room, but like for a bedroom, I kind of like to have the fan very quiet. So yeah, if I put those like isolation things that like keep the fan from like humming and such, like it reduces the sound. That could work, but the auto profile is very simple to install, unlike the Infiniti. So that's the only thing. That's really the only difference. That's kind of the main reason why I prefer to keep the low profile up. If I have an AC in here, it definitely won't be an issue. I could always just put the low profile on high and just put the and such. Of course, you need the air movement. If the cabinets in this kitchen were like all black instead of white, this could go in there, but this fan's just too nice of a. I really wouldn't want to put it in the kitchen, honestly. Especially with the blades. Yeah. It's definitely a powerful fan, as expected. Okay, let's go ahead and shut it off. Spin down, I'll just put it on reverse quickly. And something I figured I'd mention is if you didn't see the other video, the chain on this fan isn't really like a brushing. It's not like chrome or polished brass. It's actually just like a black. So I really find that interesting. I expected it to be chrome, but so yeah, that's really the only downside. If I was to put a light couch, I always like to have like the pole chains matching, like the brass or chrome. So this one I'm gonna have to probably custom paint one to look like it. I could always just swap this one out for a chrome one, but I really do like. I think the black one looks best on it. Now that I see it with the black one, because the chrome after a while kind of the coloration gets deteriorated over time. On this, the black doesn't really deteriorate, so yeah. Yeah, no, this fan is not for sale. Because this is a fan that I've been actually trying to get for a long time. Not this exact one, but like a black Infiniti is definitely one was very high on my want list. Like just as high as a Newtone Pro line, believe it or not. So yeah, and if I get a second one, I'm keeping it because if this one has issues, or I could just use the swap out my motor because the motor's always the same. I could always do a dual install of them, so whenever I get my own place, depending and such. But you never. I just really like the black Infinitis a lot. But yeah, and if I need to, if one of the parts on it's got damaged, it's always good to have a spare one. So yeah. Now I was thinking. I remember Brandon C. Johnson's I forget the fan that's in his like game room. I get that one mixed up a lot. I think it was like. I think it's a Palisade, something like that. I know it's not the Metropolitan, but it's like the polished brass one that has gloss black blades. I was thinking about putting the black side of the blades on this fan onto the living room one just to try it out. It definitely wouldn't be permanent, but I figured I'd like to see. I might try that in the future, but you never know. And the other reason why I'm probably not going to be testing another fan after this is also because I ran out of tape. Packing up something for someone, I'm going to be sending something out to them. So, although the tape on this probably could work on the next fan I need to test, but who knows? Alright, it's going to quickly stop. I'm going to go ahead and show it in reverse quickly. Let's double check it's on reverse. Alright. Another thing is, the blade arms are a bit scratched up on it. Not too much, but a tiny bit. And that's actually another one reason why I wouldn't, if I was to install this, I wouldn't put it with the black side because the black blades definitely make the scratches on the blade stand out more than it does with the rosewood blades. So that's just another reason why I wouldn't put it with the black blades. In fact, that's kind of like how I feel about when you have a fan that's just all one color. Like the like flaws in the finish stands out more. Like if you have like an all white fan, if the motor's more yellow than the blades and such, it's noticeable. But if you had like wash like oakish or like wood light wood blades, you don't really see that because it doesn't blend. Because you don't really see the difference between the two finishes of them since they're two complete. You don't really see like the arrows in one finish since they're not exactly the same. So I mean that's kind of like the other reason why I like to have contrast between fans, like in the finish wise. Well, if it's like an original, like a white one, that's a different thing because I feel like an all white original looks really old looking. Like if it's an older fan, that's another thing. But that's just one reason why I usually prefer like white oak blades for white fans. But if it's an older one, that's an exception. But just sometimes the white blades they lose coloration on it. Not just gloss ones. Like sometimes like if they're installed in a bad spot, like the white blades get like really yellowed. Okay, I'll just run on high quickly. I'll show it very quickly because yesterday it moved on its own very quick. So I don't want that to happen again. So just get a job on reverse high. Yep. Alright, it's come to a complete stop, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for more videos to come.